ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumukontra. Kasi pag maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahihirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administrasyon ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi pagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahihirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabati ko yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap, yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang darating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo, isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog sa kalye lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pari-parihong tao, may puso na nararamdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan magyabang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din, guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayong lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.
Palma. Oh, man. That's unfair, man. Palma, 7 points in the game. To Del Fuentes. Oh, wow. Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point. Oh, my goodness. Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Now it gets hard to Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh, my goodness.
We continue our coverage here in the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Kasalukuyan po tayo nasa loob ng Paco Arena sa lungsod ng Maynila. As we have Rizal, who had a rough stretch of losing 3 consecutive games. And they look to get another winning run going, taking on the Cebu Classic, who tried to snap out of their own funk dito sa ating liga. It's the Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers taking on the Cebu Classic. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga bawat Pilipino. Ken Pangilinan with Javi Palanya and Javi, no? Itong Cebu, they dropped their 3 of their last 4 games. Samantalang Rizal, this is a very important game, especially with Zamboanga winning yesterday against Muntinlupa.
Yeah, they would want to get on a winning streak again after coming into their last game with 3 straight losses. So important para dito sa koponan ng Rizal na makakuha ulit sila ng panalo dito. But in their way, the Cebu Classic who are very hungry for a victory.
Of course, you could watch us live on Facebook and YouTube and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And of course, we have our third member of our panel na si Miss Mika Bisamis na palagi ko mamaya, tanungin mo naman Mika kung anong Bisaya ng good luck sa Cebu. But of course, kumusta naman ang Rizal and Cebu coming in?
Maraming salamat, Ken and Javi. Pero bago yan, alam mo, gusto ko lang sabihin, nandito tayo sa neutral ground. Mga kaliga, manood pa kayo dahil meron pa tayong 2 pang exciting ball game. Malapit lang ang ating venue. Kaya kung nandito lang kayo sa area, tara na. Now, for this game, Rizal versus Cebu, para dito kay Coach Ralph Rivera, sabi niya sa akin, they're slowly getting over their losses against Caloocan, Abra, and San Juan. Pero hindi pa daw sila over. Yung mga end game decisions nila, pinapolish pa daw nila yan, and he actually made new plays para sa larangan na yan. So yan ang dapat abangan kung ano nga ba ang resulta ng mga bagong play na yan. Para naman, dito sa Cebu, Coach Mike Reyes is celebrating his birthday today. So he had 3 wishes from the boys tonight. Una is please compete. Second is lessen the offensive rebounds ng kalaban. And third, galingan pa daw nila sa free throws. Dahil pag panalo, lechon baboy ang treat. Pag talo, lechon manok. Ken and Javi.
Aba, ewan ko na lang kung sa Cebu, kung di pa sila ma-motivate dyan. Of course, happy birthday to Coach Mike Reyes. And these 2 teams, Javi, are in the South Division. Silipin natin yung ating team standings here. They are on the opposite ends of the spectrum here. Rizal trying to be one of the top teams momentarily dito sa South Division.
And na-mention mo nga kanina yung Zamboanga, umarangkada na sila dito at sila na ang kumuha ng number 2 spot in that Southern Division, which was previously held by the Golden Coolers. Actually, they were even number 1 at some point before they started losing those last 3 games of theirs against Abra, San Juan, and Caloocan. Itong Cebu, meanwhile, it has been hot and cold for them this season, but we know that their lineup is very much capable of much more victories, so they will try to get one today against the Golden Coolers.
But despite all that, they're just separated by 1 game on that number 6 team, itong Gensan Warriors. Talking about itong Cebu Classic. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin itong Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers na maganda'y simula. They won their first 5 games, dropped their next 3, but here, bouncing back against Quezon City.
Yeah, they started that game strong, 19-9 in the first quarter, 38-16 at the half. But that third quarter, they were outscored 26-17. Buti na lang dahil they were up by as much as 24 points in that game. Quezon City was not able to overcome the deficit. They dominated the glass 58-39 and got good games from John Apasible, Mike Cañete, and Samboy De Leon, who has been registering a good game so far in their back-to-back games.
And you mentioned one of them, John Apasible, stepping up in the absence of Eric Camson. And almost a perfect afternoon para dito kay John Apasible in that ball game against Quezon City.
At yung maganda dyan, Ken, yung sa laro ni John Apasible in that game, a lot of those 19 points came in the second half, which helped Rizal hold off Quezon City. He has been solid for Coach Ralph Rivera this season. But of course, Coach Ralph Rivera would want to see more galing dito kay John, especially because this was his best game of the season so far.
And he would look to build on that performance, taking on one of the best defensive teams that we have, itong Cebu Classic. Pero pinag-uusapan natin kung gaano sila ka-lethal defensively. But here, again, yung offense ay nagiging problema nitong Cebu Classic, Javi.
And to underscore that, Ken, their leading scorer is Dennis Santos, who only averages 8.8 points per game. That's just the reason why the Classic have been struggling to get victories as of late. Only 28.8% from the field in that game. Aside from getting less attempts, they only got 19 makes in that game and were out-rebounded badly. They let Parañaque get 58 rebounds, which led to a lot of second chance points, 20 in particular. So for Cebu, the key for them in this game is to score above 60 points to help them get over the hump.
Of course, Rizal trying to master yung kanilang endgame while Cebu ay gustong bigyan ng magandang birthday present si Coach Mike Reyes. Let's turn you over to Richard Campos for the starters.
At the Pago Arena for the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. And here are the starters. Let's begin with Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Power forward number 28, Marco Paulo Balagtas. Point guard number 18, Keanu Caballero. The other guard number 17, Alwin Alday. Small forward number 6, Enil Jaiser Tolentino. Coming in at center number 3, the Iron Claw, Mike Cañete. The head coach is Ralph Rivera. His assistants are Don Villamin, Christian Coronel, Mario Gotera. The team manager Joel Conde. Team governor Sandra Cruz. The team owners Jaime Lim and Alexander Cruz. Starting for Cebu Classic. At forward number 10, John Habonete. The other forward number 13, Mark Meneses. Point guard number 16, Darrell Manliguez. Two guard number 23, Boom Boom Tampus. Playing center number 27, Ladis Lepalam. Cebu Classic is led by Voltaire Ora. Assistant coaches Mike Reyes, Eric C., Jun Dause, Marlon Zambrano, Demi Salanga, Joseph Quit, and Ron Clemente. The team manager Anthony Eduarte.
Okay, narito po ang starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory, feel more game with 1xBet. Para sa Rizal, Keanu Caballero, Alwin Alday, Mike Cañete, Marco Balagtas, and Neil Tolentino. For Cebu, Darrell Manliguez, Bumum Tampos, Ladis Lepalam, John Habonete, and Mark Meneses. 6-3 mo ang record ng Rizal, while 3-6 naman ang Cebu. Mark Meneses, he has registered 2 double-double performances so far. Pero yun nga, no, hirap na hirap pa rin itong Cebu, especially in their last 2 games. They dropped that close one against Abra, and then that flat performance against Parañaque. The tip going to the side of Rizal.
Coach Ralph Rivera going with the same set of starters that won him the game against Quezon City, while Coach Mike Reyes experimenting with a different unit on the floor. But Rizal getting first blood here. The claw, Michael Cañete, getting it from the outside.
And he got things going early, no, against Quezon City. That was his first start, talking about Mike Cañete in lieu of Eric Camzon. And he has really been marvelous in those 2 performances against especially against Quezon City.
He's a veteran here in this league. He had 15 points last game. This is an incredible beginning para sa Rizal. 2 straight 3-pointers, this time courtesy of Alwin Alday. So the Classic, the number 2 team defensively, only giving up 67 points per game to their opponents. Not on a good note to start this game on the defensive side of the basketball.
Manliguez, shot on its way, no good. Alday ends up with it for Rizal.
Now we mentioned Cebu is only giving up 67 points per game, but we see here Darrell Manliguez. They are only averaging 66.2 points per game offensively. So mas mababa pa yung sinascore nila dun sa ginigive up nilang points. So I mentioned at the top of our coverage that they need to score more than 60 points. Well, it has to be in the 70s region for them to have a good chance here against Rizal.
Get a stop that time. Sablay yung tira doon ni Marco Balagtas. Manliguez got the first basket for Cebu earlier in transition. Down low they go, Mark Meneses. Nasundutan, turnover. Rizal on the run. Alday slams on the breaks, takes that free, and buries it.
And giving a nice look to the crowd here at the Paco Arena. You don't leave Alwin Alday with that kind of space and opportunity, whether it's on the open floor or in the half court. He's gonna bury that most of the time.
One and done by Cebu. Oh, great look. Caballero finds a streaking Mike Cañete.
This is definitely a poor start defensively in the half court and in transition. That time allowing that outlet pass for Rizal to get another easy basket on the break.
Rizal coming right out of the gates with a 10-2 start. Habonete. That one pops out. Meneses turns it over.
That's off his foot. Got the offensive rebound. but turns it over anyway.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Another fast break score para sa Rizal. That's Mike Cañete, 5 points so far here in the first quarter to begin.
Yung pihit ni Neil Tolentino plus a foul. Getting that basket.
And always the very emphatic celebrator after every big basket he makes. Ito si Neil Tolentino. What a move. The drive to the baseline. The spin against the taller Mark Meneses and then sneaking in for that lane.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Mr. Energizer unable to complete the three-point play.
And his offense has significantly improved under Coach Ralph Rivera this season.
Great backdoor cut. Boom Boom Tampos goes up strong. Gets fouled.
I think Tampos is a guy who needs to rediscover his touch offensively para dito sa koponan ng Cebu after that breakout game in their season opener, a victory against the Caloocan Batang Kangalu. It has been a series of inconsistent performances para dito kay Boom Boom Tampos.
We have an early challenge from, I think it's Rizal, requested that, challenging that last foul call. We'll pause for a break. We'll return after the result.
The challenge made by Rizal is successful. There was no foul.
Success si Coach Ralph. Maaga yung kanyang pag-challenge dito. Let's see here.
As the fake by Tampos, he gets balagtas up in the air. It seems to be a clean challenge from that angle.
All ball on that block. But it will stay with Cebu. 10-point lead. From the baseline, yung pasa ni Tampos. Pupunta kay Manligues. Popostehan. Ito si Keanu Caballero.
At that time, that was definitely a foul against Rizal. Triangle play on the baseline. Throw in para dito sa Cebu Classic, leading to Manligues getting it on the left side of the floor and forcing the issue against Keanu Caballero.
The makilala North Cotabato native Darrell Manligues. Those are his averages. Shooting 60% at the line. A split there. Cuts the lead to 9. 12-3. Rizal getting their offense going early. Mike Cañete, top of the key. Thought about that three. Gives it up to Caballero. Hindi nakatingin si Cañete. They're able to recover. Cañete able to sneak that one in.
It's for defense by Abonete, letting Cañete get an open basket underneath on the drive.
Manligues, pupuntahan si Lepalam, who has also struggled since his breakout performance. When we were in Batangas, he had 19 points there, but only 5.7 points per contest in his last 3 games. That's been the theme for Cebu. You know, there are guys like ito si Grind Mendoza who also broke out during that game, but that consistent run of production hasn't been there in each and every player nitong Cebu. As you see, Mike Cañete able to score underneath.
What a pretty behind-the-back wraparound pass galing kay Neil Tolentino. So he's not only scoring those easy baskets, he's also making plays for his teammates.
Ito yung kayang gawin ng Grind Mendoza. Drill in those big threes.
He's a bona fide scorer, a lefty who can shoot it from the outside. He has a mid-range game but can also attack strong to the basket. I hope Cebu gets to find a way to set up Grind Mendoza in more places of success, but that's another basket para sa Rizal. Marco Balagtas extending this blistering start of the Golden Coolers. They're 8 out of 9 from the field.
Isang sablay pa lang, 88.9%. Mendoza, pull-up does not work. Abonete tracks it down. He thought he got pushed, and in fact, he was pushed. There was a foul called against Keanu Caballero.
I thought they were just gonna let it go. Apparently, there really was a push.
This of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Great behind the back pass. Tolentino to Cañete. To former Arellano Chiefs connecting on that last play. Jerry Pingoy. Coco is in for Rizal as well as Samboy De Leon. Bagyang natapikan si Mendoza. Steps back. 4 seconds left on their shot clock. He traveled.
That's a nice matchup. Samboy De Leon and Brian Mendoza are no strangers to each other. De Leon spent some time with FEU's Team B in the time that Brian Mendoza was playing for their main squad. That was the era of R.R. Garcia, Terence Romeo, J.R. Kawaling. That was such a strong unit that FEU had in the seniors division in the UAP. Samboy that time was in Team B with the likes of Achi Inigo, Renz Palma. You know, those were the guys.
Nag-abot pala silang dalawa, no? Offensive foul against Alwin Alday. Kakapasok lang nito ni Aquaman, Paolo Ubalde, providing an instant impact.
Alwin Alday has shown us over the years that he's not just all about his offense, he can also play defense. I think Coach Ralph Rivera did a very good job of really showcasing that in his time here with the Golden Coolers.
Bad miss from the outside by Manligues. Alday puts it up, puts it in!
Recognition coming from Jerry Pingoy, seeing his shooting guard, trailing the play, getting an open opportunity. Alwin Alday will never be shy for an open shot.
An avalanche early for Rizal. This lead has ballooned to 15 points.
Almost exactly how they started against QC.
4 minutes to go. Fadeaway jumper by Lepalam. No cigar there. Coco Pingoy. Balagtas. Lalapit. Natapikan sa likod ni Daryl Manligues. Look at this front line right now for Rizal. Eric Camson, John Apacible. But first, a great shot from beyond the arc. Galing kay Alvin Alday. Alwin. Another signature shot of his. That floater.
10 points already in the game. The first guy in double figures dito sa ating laro, Alwin Alday.
23-6. Rizal making an early statement. Ubalde against that defense of Pingoy. Camson snares the rebound.
The offense, once again, para dito sa Cebu, just like in that game against Parañaque, struggling to find good looks.
Samboy, tough shot. But he has really picked it up in his last 2 games. To si Samboy De Leon. Scoring both in double figures against San Juan and against QC. Meanwhile, Ubalde probing. This is the shot by Mendoza. Another free by Brian Mendoza.
2-man game on the left side. Lepalam sets the screen for Ubalde. And after the roll of Ladis, Mendoza lifts to the wing, gets the pass and knocks it down from downtown.
De Leon, short on that 3-point attempt, gets it back. Natapikan, foul will be called though against Cebu.
And that's really his game. He's a guy who likes to attack, go to the free throw line a lot.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Second connection from downtown tonight para dito kay Brian Mendoza.
Samboy De Leon, 11 points kontra San Juan, 12 points naman laban sa Quezon City. First free throw for Samboy. Puts it in. Yan nga, no? Yung laban sa Quezon City, no? Hit 2 threes, 40%, 45% overall from the field.
He did not convert any of his free throws in that game. 0 out of 2. Surpasses that already with his trip to the line. Perfect on this trip.
Actually, yun yung kung saan siya talaga nagsastruggle, no? From that free throw line, below 50%. But Rizal establishing this big 16-point cushion. Ubalde navigating through that pick and roll action, decides to fire under the wrist. Gets his own miss. Susugurin yung depensa, but he traveled.
That's really a tough move to make, that hop step. Most referees will call that a walk. That's exactly what happened there to Paulo Ubalde. Could have been a nice highlight for the Aquaman and a much needed basket sana para sa Cebu, who's still down by 16 points here.
Samboy gives it up to Eric Camson. One-hander. No good. Apasible. Gets it back. Bibigay kay Eric Camson. That was blocked by etong si Samboy De Leon, able to swoop in and gets fouled while trying for that putback.
Yeah, the rim protection is there, but you have to be able to secure the defensive rebound. Palam and Martinez nowhere to be found in trying to contend for those boards. De Leon and Apasible have been so active on the glass on that particular possession for the Golden Coolers.
Mentioned to si Samboy played for Team B for FEU, then moved over to Centro Escolar University and eventually won the Most Valuable Player Award for Dinaasco back in 2014 and playing under Coach Egay Macaraya. 3 out of 4 from the line. Ito si Samboy. It's 26-9 now. Mendoza loves that off-handed floater. Gets fouled on his way up.
Brian has really to be aggressive here in this game, because ang tingin ko rin dito sa Cebu, Ken, is sometimes they can't figure out kung sino ba talaga maging go-to guy nila. They have to establish that. It has to be clear, because especially in pressure-packed situations, when the game is close in the end game, who's gonna hold the basketball, who's gonna make the decisions, and who's gonna take those crucial shots.
Split at the line from Brian Mendoza. But this lead still massive. 16 points, 26-10. De Leon floats one up and in.
He's having a good start to this game. Samboy De Leon seeing the basket well. 5 points para sa kanya.
Under a minute remaining. Mendoza sends it to Paulo Ubalde. Bounce pass to JP Martinez. Momentarily lost control of the basketball. Ball ends up with Eric Camson. Pingoy, extra feed. De Leon, really aggressive, looking for a shot, but Eric Camson there to clean it up.
Just like in their game against Parañaque, Cebu getting out rebounded here in the first quarter by the Rizal Golden Coolers. A -5 in this department.
Mendoza puts in that free plus a foul. 4-point playing opportunity for Gran Mendoza.
That's a big shot for the former FEU Tamaraw. Denying that screen set by Martinez and running in to a challenging John Apasible. Brian Mendoza with his 3rd triple tonight.
Has yet to make a 2-point field goal this season to si Gran Mendoza. All of his field goal makes have been frees. But missing on that bonus. 17-point lead. Robin Ive is in. Pingoy, last shot time para sa Rizal. Coco, peeks at the clock. Great extra feed papunta kay Robin Ive. In and out on the 3. De Leon inside. Wala. Yung tapik ni Apasible will not be successful. First quarter comes to an end. And Rizal just kept pouring it on. And that barrage of threes was really key to this big lead para dito sa Centro Mall Golden Coolers.
It was such a good start for the Golden Coolers. Cañete and Alvin Alday set the tone, a total of 19 points between these two guys. 8 out of 8, perfect from the field. Itong dalawang stalwarts ni Coach Ralph Rivera. It was really tough for Cebu to get anything going with these two guys at the forefront of the attack for Rizal.
At the end of quarter number 1, Rizal with a comfortable lead over Cebu, 30-13.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Back at the Paco Arena for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, the plans of Coach Ralph Rivera to attack early on offense and run on defense is obviously working immediately. Focused on the front line this week sa practice, what he likes about them, Apasible, Balagtas, Camson, Cañete, bawat isa sa kanila pwede kunin ang pinakamagaling na player sa kalaban, which is one of his assets to be less predictable. Marco and Mike did well at the start of this game on offense, and Eric Camson as well. Pero alam nyo, ang problema talaga ni Coach Ralph ay ang endgame decision. So doon talaga natin makikita ang resulta. He said, this is when you will see the separation between the tough minds and those that need improvement. It's gonna be panic versus staying present. Let's see, Ken and Javi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And unless Cebu comes back and makes this a closer game, baka di mo na lang masubukan, no? Yung kanilang endgame adversities that they faced, especially those last 3 games, na lahat mabibigat yung kalaban nila, no? Had that game against Abra, Caloocan, and San Juan, all losses. We have a coach's challenge. We'll pause for break.
The challenge of Rizal Central Golden Coolers was unsuccessful.
Nubos na ni Coach Ralph yung kanyang challenges early here. Let's see this. He was challenging this last foul ball.
A landing spot right there. The leg of Robin Naive hitting Hubalde as he went down. A good thing it wasn't an unsportsmanlike foul, but still 3 free throws here para kay Paolo Hubalde.
The Aquaman nailing his first 2 free throws. Perfect on that trip. Lead down to 14. And very noticeable here for as we see the field goal shooting, no? Nakita natin 60% yung Rizal in that first quarter, 4 out of 15 naman itong Cebu. Robin Naive, no good. Oh, great outlet. Jeco Bangkale is gone on the other end. That's 5 straight points for Cebu.
Well, the Classic able to get the loose ball on that previous possession, leading to this Bangkale fast break. Good thing that Pingoy saved it to the wrong guy.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke. A 5-0 start for Cebu. This lead down to a dozen.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod. sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer. Rizal, maganda simula nung first quarter pero Cebu gustong tapyasin yung kalamangan. They have a good start here, forcing that early timeout by Coach Ralph Rivera. Robin Ive sends it to Eric Camson, facing up against Ken Holmvis. Puts up that shot, money!
Nothing much Hombis could have done there. That was a good challenge coming from him, but just better offense galing dito kay Eric Camson. That's his shot, that baseline jumper. Oh, I've seen this so many times. That specialty of the house coming from Jerry Pingoy. Picking the pocket of the opposing team's point guard. He loves that. He's so good at that. Pagkaikot, ang galing niya tumiming dyan.
Nagawa pa niya sa'yo yan dati, Javi?
Yep.
Ito, 16-point lead agad. Pero ito yung tres ni Ken Holmvis.
That's an area of his game that I've been waiting to see him flourish at for Cebu this season.
Naive, bounce pass. Inside, Camson. All net on that floater.
Cebu can't be contented with just trading baskets here with Rizal. They're still down by 15 points here, but the offense has picked up for the Classic.
Pancale. Off the heel on that three. The rebound by Rizal. Apasible catches that pass. Collides with Hubalde mid-air but makes it anyway. Strong move by John Apasible.
Just a few guys back down para sa Cebu. Hombis was trailing. It was only Hubalde who was left there to try and stop John Apasible, but obviously Apasible just too powerful on that play.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Apasible completes the three-point play. Balik sa 18 yung lamang na Rizal. Susugod si Adlawan, challenging the defense of Eric Pili. Seven minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. Holmvis decides to attack. Camson collects another rebound. Naive asking Apasible to clear out. Empty side pick and roll with Eric Camson. Holmvis with the board. Hubalde gives it up to Holmvis. Let's Camson fly by. Tried to slam it. Gets fouled by John Apasible.
He absolutely had mad intentions on that drive to the basket. Ito si Ken Holmvis. Love that fake. That would have brought everybody off their seats here inside the Paco Arena had he made and converted on that slam.
Sabla yung unang free throw ni Ken Holmvis. Just past the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Adlawan gets it back, kissing it off the glass and in.
And he gets the 2 points there for the Classic. Nice work against the bigger John Apasible.
Pancales sticking too close. Those are two Cebuanos going at it.
And, you know, Jerry Pingoy, this guy, he plays with a lot of pride, especially if he's matched up against a good point guard in Jeco Bancale. He gets extra motivated. We were having a conversation before the game, and he said that he wanted to see if he can get Player of the Game honors tonight.
Camson, turnaround jumper, way off the mark. Naive traveled. He had a good intention.
A lucky break para sa Cebu once again. They have to do a better job on the glass. They have been out-rebounded in this game, 19-9.
Ubalde joined by Adlawan, Homevis, Jan Hamon, and Jeco Bangkale. Jeco fires, short. Running start for Eric Pili. Gives it to Robby Naive. No hesitation. Pili tracks it down. Now he fires from the outside. Wala pa din na rebound ni Jeco Bangkale.
But the Golden Coolers just have been quicker to the basketball. When that ball goes up, those 50-50 balls turn from 50-50 to 60-40, maybe even 70-30 in favor of the Golden Coolers.
Umatake si Jeco Bangkale using his left hand.
Second basket of the game para sa kanya. Nice turn of the corner there for the former Mapua Cardinal.
Lead back down to 14, 39-25. Camson puts up a three. No rebound. Paulo Ubalde. Approaching the halfway point of the second period. Homevis again attacking the closeout. Adlawan. That pass was spoke free and it will go back to Rizal.
Homevis had a shot there. Could have went for it instead of still trying to set up Adlawan. But I like the aggressiveness he's showing. He's putting the ball on the floor. He's not settling for those outside shots except for the one that he hit earlier.
Caballero comes back in, as well as Alwin Alday. Oh, what a cut. Cañete, though, could not finish. Adlawan gives it up to Paulo Ubalde. Cross court. Hamon. Catch and shoot. Can't get it to fall.
Yeah, that's off Caballero.
Ball will stay with Cebu. We have a timeout requested here by Coach Mike Reyes. And his team still down here, 39-25 with 4 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And a big start by Rizal behind Alwin Alday and Mike Cañete, who combined for 19 points. 8 of 8 shooting from the field in the first quarter. But Cebu hanging in there. They have a chance to trim the gap even further here on this possession. Ubalde. Too strong on that three-point attempt. Babalik ang bola sa panig ng Cebu. The floater by Bangkale, wala. Yung tapik, nandoon para kay Adlawan.
Dolan Adlawan has been working hard on the glass offensively para sa Cebu. That's his second putback here in the second quarter for the Classic.
We haven't seen Dennis Santos here for Cebu. But Adlawan stepping up to the plate. Another stop by the Classic. And this is what they're doing really well. Holding Rizal to one shot. Jan Hamon. The turnaround, natapik. Ilalabas kay Bangkale. 10 seconds on their shot clock. Homevis. Tightly guarded by Camson. He attacks. Shot clock winding down. Hamon has to put one up. Airballs that shot. Hindi nakatingin si Eric Pili. Bangkale tried for that steal.
Oh, it's going to be Cebu ball.
Oh, great effort by Bangkale. Coach Ralph.
Obviously, Coach Ralph cannot contest that call anymore. He's used 2 challenges already tonight. But you could see the Cebu Classic here in this second quarter, Ken. The intensity has picked up compared to the opening quarter where they were contented with just watching the basketball most of the times, and those loose balls have gone the side of the Golden Coolers a lot. But here you see them diving for the basketball, and I think Nolan Adlawan has a lot to do with that. Paolo Hubalde with a three-point play opportunity here.
Oh boy, this Cebu Classic team, where when they are on their A game, a lot of grit, a lot of toughness, and here, Paolo Hubalde.
Rip-through move against another MPBL veteran in Alwin Alday. Bangkale giving it up to his senior there. That's a nice shot by Paolo Hubalde, getting the bounce.
Just like that, this lead down to single digits. It's 39-30. Paolo Ubalde, those are his numbers. Currently, Cebu outscoring Rizal 17-9. We get another stop. Ubalde, popostean si Alwin Alday. Fadeaway jumper by the Aquaman, no good. Tatakbo Rizal. Caballero, forward pass. Pili. Doesn't work. Another stop by the Classic. Hamon. Steps in. Kissing it off the glass and in.
I thought he was well covered there defensively, but just finding a way, improvising there. Ito si John Hamon, the former EAC star, getting a bucket off the glass.
7-point lead, Alday, short. Tapigan ng bola, it will stay with Rizal.
And now that the Classic are slowly chipping away at this lead, nasusubukan na ngayon yung adversity na gusto i-address ni Coach Ralph Rivera.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The hook from Mike Cañete. Momentarily stemming the tide. 41-32. Cebu making this a brand new ball game. Manligues tried to turn the corner. Lepalam there for the stick back. Caballero puts it up. Drills in that free.
What an answer there coming from Piano Caballero. Did not even wait for his other teammates to get back. Went up for that shot right away.
What about that move? Daryl Manligues spins away from Keanu Caballero.
This is an exciting pace we're seeing between these two squads. Mabilis yung naging palitan.
Cañete gets pushed while taking that shot.
And it's not like either teams is not playing any defense. Both teams have had to work for their shots. And the players just have been able to find a way to get them to knock it down.
Like Cañete at the line, those are his current numbers. His averages against Quezon City had 15. 13 of those coming in the first half. He really set the tone in that game against QC. Free throw good. 13 points agad to go along with 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Cebu will call for time with 1:28 to go here in the second period. It's a 10-point lead for Rizal.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MV! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Head of Operations, Emma Oreta, and Head of Security, Rudy Distrito. And we just got an update from Mika about Dennis Santos. So apparently, he hurt his right thigh and wasn't able to practice. And looks like he's not going to be able to suit up in this game. You see Hannah Lirazan, the better half of Robbie Naive, who also played in the MPBL. Ito si Hannah Lirazan. As we see here, Cebu, na nakadikit na dito, na ibaba na nila sa 7 yung kalamangan. And they would want to cut that lead even further as we wind down the first half. Ubalde, Eric Pili all over him, puts up that free. Oh my goodness! That was Paolo Ubalde knocking down that big triple.
9 points in the game. You remember, Ken, it was also here in the Paco Arena where Paolo Ubalde won Player of the Game honors last when he had 10 points against the Manila Batang Quiapo. But again, an answer by Rizal. They have been going at it here in the second quarter.
Another strong first half for Mike Cañete, currently at 16 points. Lepalam, that pass was bound to go nowhere. Turnover against Cebu.
Yeah, Cebu could have had a 2-for-1 opportunity, but check out this breakdown by Paolo Ubalde on the defense of Eric Pili, and then the answer on the other side para sa Rizal.
Cañete na naman! Back-to-back threes!
Woo-wee! Michael Cañete, 19 points, all here in the first half.
At 9 in the first quarter, now has 10. Shot by Amon does not work. Caballero, that ball stolen by Manligues. Goes up strong, no good. Enough time, Caballero. They will not get it off in time. But what a strong finish, particularly from Mike Cañete. Those back-breaking threes. Just when you thought Cebu was inching closer, Rizal with the answer.
Ito na yung sinasabi kanina sa report ni Mika, ni Coach Ralph Rivera, that Rizal is responding to the adversity that the other team has been showing them, and today it's Cebu.
52-39, Rizal with a 13-point lead at the half.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa Balota. Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administration ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi ipagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahihirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabatikos yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap, yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang narating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked, and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo, isipin natin
sabi ni ma'am, kukunin lang daw nung muna kapag nagbigay na ng pera. Wala pa naman pera eh. Ay sa... Ha?
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Labing tatlong puntos po ang lamang ng Rizal kontra sa Cebu. It's 52-39 after the first two quarters. And at one point, Rizal was shooting 8 out of 9 from the field. You saw Mike Cañete and Alwin Alday get things going early para dito sa Rizal. But Cebu, despite trailing by as many as 20 points, they were able to come back. And they were able to cut this lead to as low as 7 points, Javi.
After shooting only 26% at the end of the first quarter, they managed to hike it up to 38% at the half. But Rizal still shooting at a blistering percentage here in the first two quarters. That was 60% after the first 10 minutes. But what changed for Cebu was they were more aggressive in the second quarter and they've been able to hit their shots. Their rebounding has to improve. That's something that Rizal has been able to take advantage of. One thing you did not see on your screens was the 32 bench points that Cebu had. The bench has amounted for 32 of the 39 points for the Classic in today's game, which means that only 7 points have come from the starting unit of Coach Mike Reyes tonight.
Ryan Mendoza and Paulo Ubalde leading the bench bump for Cebu. Third quarter underway. Pingoy start the third quarter with Mike Cañete, Marco Balagtas, Neil Tolentino, and Alvin Alday. So Caballero starting this quarter on the bench para dito sa Golden Coolers.
Nag-agawan ng bola doon ng dalawang magkakampi, Habonete and Adlawan, getting both of their hands on the basketball, which caused them to lose that possession. Cebu, they came into this game the number 2 defensive team, only giving up 67 points per outing. But Rizal already with 52 at the start of the second half.
Foul will be called as Mike Cañete took that shot, had 19 points in the first two quarters.
And this is one guy that they have to neutralize. But here at the start of this period, aggressive once again in trying to look for his shot.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Mike Cañete, pasok yung kanyang unang free throw, already has 20 points. It's been an up and down season for Mike so far. First 3 games niya, 16.7 points, 10.7 rebounds. And then those next 4, medyo nag-struggle, only 7.3 points and 4.5 rebounds. But in this last 3, including this one, actually last 2 games niya, 16 points per contest. So when he is on, it's usually good sign para dito sa Rizal. But look at Ryan Mendoza go, knocking down another free.
He still doesn't have any 2-point field goal this season, but nice for Cebu that Ryan Mendoza is hitting his stride from downtown tonight.
Balagtas, pasok ng kanyang mid-range jumper. 56-42, Manligues. Kasama niya si Adlawan, Habonete, Paulo Ubalde, and Ryan Mendoza. Manligues off that pass. Ubalde, nahanap niya sa ilalim si Donald Adlawan.
Manligues tracking the defense there, dropping it off at the last moment. Donald Adlawan That's an offensive foul laban sa Rizal. Finally, they get a stop here in the third quarter. They can't be contented with just trading baskets.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
We found Adlawan lurking in that dunker spot on the left side of the baseline.
12-point advantage for Rizal. Habonete gives it up to Hubalde. Entry pass to Adlawan. Kicks it back out. The flyby. Habonete swoops in. Back shot is good. Plus a foul.
I might have even had to adjust his shot because of the hit. I think he was thinking of going hard to the rack. You see here the shot fake. Puts the ball on the deck and just floats it up. Gets it off the glass. Possibility for a three-point play here para kay Habonete.
Bonus free throw good. Lead back down to single digits. And this is what you like about Cebu, na despite their struggles on offense, nagagawa nila ng paraan, but Marco Balagtas drills in a free back to a 12-point lead for the Golden Coolers.
You can't give him that space. Balagtas is one of the premier stretch big men here in the league.
Mendoza steps in, cross court to Hubalde. Three-point shot. That one's a thing of beauty for the Aquaman.
Now in double figures with 12 and Cebu gets a stop.
Mendoza again. Masyadong malakas lang yung pasa. Papunta kay Manligues.
That's an ill-advised pass. Galing dito kay Ryan Mendoza.
Three-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Stepping back on that catch. Didn't even have to put the ball on the floor. Fading away on that left corner. Hubalde for three.
Approaching the 7-minute mark. Balik sa siyamang kalamangan, Cañete. That shot bouncing out. Another chance for Cebu to inch closer. Adlawan, walang alinlangan. Sablay yung kanyang tira sa labas. Pingboy. Now it's Alday. Almost lost his pivot foot, but able to manufacture a shot, draws a foul.
And he just has a knack for making something out of nothing. Ito si Alwin Alday. Was it good spacing para sa Golden Coolers on that transition attempt? Balagtas was trying to do the early work in sealing his man, but Alday opted to attack the basket. But he was able to split the defense and draw the foul.
Alwin Alday with 11 points. At itong free throw na ito ay hatid sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Alday gives Rizal another double-digit edge, 61-50. Habonete, pinalik kay Manligues. The denial, so they get the pass to Adlawan. Habonete on the left corner. 8 seconds, a shot clock ng Cebu. Hubalde, able to get that foul call against Neil Tolentino.
That's just a veteran move coming from the Aquaman. Shot clock winding down. Tolentino in front of him. Habonete sets the screen. He saw that Tolentino's hand was down for a bit, took advantage of it, put his hand up for the shot, and drew the foul.
Let's go, Tomica.
Paulo Hubalde has been tasked to lead developing teams the past seasons, one of his advocacies to the league. But you know, kahit gaano katibay ang isang tao at subok sa career at buhay, they cannot stay composed all the time. So I asked Pau, what keeps you interested and still with a tank full of patience taking these losses? He said the famous answer would be, I want to give back. But the honest one, kaya ko pa to make a living through playing at my age is winning. Ken and Javi.
Pinapakitaan pa rin tayo ngayon at age what, 42?
Yeah, around that number.
Age is just a number for Pau.
I think he has this renewed motivation at this point of his career because he just started his coaching stint with the UE Red Warriors,
Yeah.
assistant coach Chris Gavina. It's sometimes, current players who go into coaching, they get that renewed motivation to do even better on the floor when they're playing because they want to show the players that they're coaching na kayang-kaya pa nila.
It's been rubbing off his teammates really well, although they're still down by double digits. But they have been playing much better since that flat start in quarter number 1. Alday, though, able to bury that three-pointer.
Alwin Alday still scorching hot from downtown in this game. 3 out of 4 from the outside.
Three-point shooting by both teams. Really impressive. Ubalde, no. Rebound. And Rizal, chance to increase their margin. Alwin Alday, sablay. Cañete lost control of the basketball, but it was tapped. Ball will stay with Rizal. Past the halfway point of the third. Cañete, catch and shoot. Bad miss. Manliguez pushing it. Goes right at Coco Pingoy, but he traveled. Yan yung consistent na sila ngayon, no, sa pagtawag. Yung may same foot landing, no?
Yes. It has to be on the other foot when you go to that hop.
Very interesting wrinkle din for Rizal. This is actually the first game off the bench for Eric Camson this season. He started the first 8 games. Pero ngayon, actually last game kasi, hindi naman siya naglaro. But today, it's Mike Cañete who started at center. Now he's coming off the bench.
So far, so good for the Golden Coolers. It has really given them a big boost. Oh, Daryl Manliguez.
Fearless in attacking the rim, but Ubalde able to clean up his miss. 17 points for Paulo Ubalde. 66-55. Caballero is back in. Alwin Alday, patay!
It's too late on the closeout there. Ito si Ryan Mendoza and Alwin Alday giving Rizal another 3-point shot tonight. That's 9 now in the game for the Golden Coolers.
Past the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. 69-55. Ubalde gets it to Daryl Manliguez. Pulls up, 3-point shot. Clanks off the rim. Agawan ng bola, mapupunta kay Samboy De Leon. Caballero. Pasible, kakapasok lang. Facing up against Sabonete. Puts it up. Doesn't get the bounce. Camson gets the offensive rebound. Alday thought about it. Now draws closer. Gets blocked, but also Adlawan seemed to have hit the arm of Alday.
Everybody on that Rizal bench was waiting for Alwin to get that basketball because they knew he was hot and they wanted a heat check. But the Cebu defense able to recover on time, which forced Alday to put the ball on the deck. He draws a foul, which will still give him a chance to score here at the free throw line.
In his second consecutive season for Rizal, Alwin Alday shooting 85.7% from the line. And he had good averages last season, 16.7 points, as we would like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Also had the finals appearance with Bacoor back in season 5. And those experiences really helped mold into a player that Alday is right now with Rizal. See here, Hero. Ito, bagong pasok lang, no? Jameson Hero for Cebu. Long rebound, ends up. Cabonete. That ball was off him. 71-55. And it's those stretches of Cebu na hindi talaga sila makapuntos.
It's been hurting them, not just here in this game, but the entire season. There are times when they've been able to come back, especially in that game against Caloocan, where it was in the second half that they really made their big run. That fourth quarter was big against the Batang Kankalu and gave them the victory, surprising everybody.
Jameson Hero. Kick out pass, Habonete. Battle for the rebound ends up with Eric Camson. Camson with 6 points, 8 rebounds. Siya na magbababa dito for Rizal. Hand off, papunta kay Samboy De Leon. Apasible. 10 on their shot clock. Naive. Crossover. Foul on the floor. That's the 14th foul against Cebu.
The speed of this unit on the floor for Rizal has given the Classic a lot of problems in keeping up with the Golden Coolers.
2 and 13 left in the third. Robin Ive sets his feet, puts it up. No, rebound Habonete. Ubalde played the entire third quarter so far. Naagawan siya dito ni Robin Ive. Lays it up and in.
That's something that he has been known for. A great on-the-ball defender, especially against the best perimeter players of opposing squads. Ito si Robin Ive.
Ubalde drifting away from the basket, gets it in.
And he once again saves Cebu from falling into a deep hole. Could have been a 20-point lead at this point, but the Classic trying to stay within distance. However, the Golden Coolers always seem to have an answer to every run by Cebu in this game.
Ganda ng pasahan doon. Naive to Camson to Apasible. This lead back up to 18. Nasa lubsom si Jameson Hero. Bola nasa panig na ng Rizal. Samboy De Leon puts up that shot. Gets it in. It counts.
When he is going downhill, he is very tough to stop. Ito si Samboy De Leon, almost going coast to coast. And Habonete trying to stop him right at the free throw line. But De Leon able to muscle his way past the contact and make the basket.
Samboy De Leon back after missing the last 3 seasons in the MPBL. Sablay yung kanyang free throw daw. Back to the biggest lead of Rizal at 20 points. Under a minute remaining, Boom Boom Tampos comes in. Habonete peeks at the clock. 7 seconds left. Cross court, Lepalam. Tampos. Meneses has to put up a shot. He does. Can't convert. 30 seconds to go. Keanu. Oh, what a find! Apasible. Fouled by Habonete.
Could have been a highlight there para sa Rizal, and Apasible readily acknowledging that miss, saying sorry to Keanu Caballero.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
20 assists in the game already for the Golden Coolers. 20 assists on 28 made field goals. That's very impressive.
And when you look at their lineup, really solid on all positions tong Rizal. And every guy has their respective roles to fill out. If John Apasible can be consistent as that backup guy, we know the capability of him, especially scoring at that 4 and 5 spots para dito sa Rizal. It's now a 21-point lead for the Golden Coolers with 23.2 seconds remaining here in the third.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. And a great showing by Rizal in this third quarter as they've established their biggest lead at 21 points. Cebu trying to end this quarter on a high note as they can opt to take the last shot here. Jameson Hero inserted here in the third. Naagawan ni Samboy De Leon, but a foul will be called against Samboy.
That's a foul to give for Rizal.
Again, going back to Rizal, if ever Samboy De Leon finds his groove, this team could really make a deep run here in the South Division. Again, binanggit ni Mika, no? Yung end game, yung gustong trabahuin dito ng Rizal. Especially those narrow losses against Caloocan and San Juan. Also at that blowout defeat
Oh,
at
that's
home.
a poor foul.
Yes,
That's gonna send Tampos to the line.
5.6 seconds remaining.
Overly aggressive on the pressure. Itong Golden Coolers. Now that just may be a sign of relief para dito sa Classic because Rizal has done a good job on that possession of denying all options.
Nanggit mo si Boom Boom Tampos had that impressive debut game, 16 points against Caloocan. But it's been a roller coaster ride since. Again, yung mga feel-good stories, no, na coming out of nowhere, we see this guy. And ngayon, nasa scout na siya ng mga kalaban. This is gonna do wonders for him moving forward as we wind down here in quarter number 3. De Leon, as they try to beat the buzzer. Samboy, way off. That's gonna do it here in the third quarter. And this matchup, Alwin Alday and Paulo Hubalde, both coming up huge para dito sa kanilang kupunan.
A bona fide MPBL legends, I must say, these two guys, and they have been stepping up to the plate. Hubalde has been doing his job of providing the scoring punch para sa Cebu. Alwin Alday the same for Rizal, but the Golden Coolers have been just tremendous as a team in this game. That has been the difference, the collective effort for Rizal.
Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. We head into the fourth quarter, Rizal with a 19-point lead. Back with us here inside the Paco Arena in Manila, it's Rizal versus Cebu. The Classic trailing by 19 points. Again, maligayang bati. Happy birthday to Michael Valero, our IRS operator, and his twin sister, na si Mika Valero.
We'd also like to give a shout out to former Bulacan team manager Justin Dada, who also reminded me that the Aquaman is already 44 years old, not 42.
44.
Oh my goodness, right? And to be playing at this level still in this league, that is just fantastic.
Yes, he is 44 years old, but oh boy, you see the quarter scoring. 30-13, just when you thought Rizal would pull away. In comes back Cebu with a 26-22 second quarter. Pero Rizal was able to outscore them again in the third, 26-20.
Yeah, the thing is, in the third quarter, the Golden Coolers banked on their speed and really outran Cebu a lot in that period to be able to still maintain this advantage. And they've been getting a lot of open looks. I think the Classic has been late in a lot of closeouts, which led Rizal to knock down those open shots in the third quarter.
Foul against Cebu on that rebounding battle. Braille Meca.
And that's an area of the game that has been also a big problem for the guys in maroon tonight. Out-rebounded by 13 here in this game, 40-27. A lot of those 40 rebounds have been on the offensive glass, and it has given a lot of second chance opportunities to the Golden Coolers, 11 in particular.
Jameson Hero. Wild shot. Caballero serving the floor. Bouncing it to Samboy De Leon, who fires from deep. Rebound by Homevis. You mentioned the rebounding, Javi. They came in number 7 in terms of rebounding itong Cebu. Not doing a good job today. As we see that flip shot by Ladis Lepalam.
Only 6 points tonight. Ito si Ladis Lepalam. And I know there has been a conscious effort to really try and set him up more in these past few games.
Nakasalaksak si Keanu Caballero. May foul na pinito ulit laban sa Cebu. Mike Cañete comes in. At that blistering first half, 19 points. Papalitan niya muna si Eric Camson. Ito, Brian Mendoza will replace Braille Meca. Fresh 14 sa panig ng Rizal. Caballero, Mike Cañete, John Apacible, Samboy De Leon, and Robin Ive. De Leon continues to fire, continues to miss from the outside, gives up that Judy foul.
I thought Rizal was going to get another offensive rebound there. Homevis just watched that ball go to the ground. Good thing Jameson Hero was there to pick it up.
Eric Pili comes in for Samboy De Leon. De Leon so far 7 points, 6 rebounds. Mangkale also coming in for Boom Boom Tampos. Now Hero against Caballero. Jameson. Caballero in front of him. Using that screen. Mendoza takes that shot from beyond the arc. Another free from Brian Mendoza.
Good execution there para sa Cebu. Hero able to work with that double screen on top, finding Brian Mendoza. But here again, each time, or most of the time that they get a basket on their side of the floor, pagdating sa depensa, they let Rizal get an easy basket, which just instantly deflates the morale of the Cebu squad.
Traveling whistled against Cebu.
And these are just momentum breakers that prevents Cebu from making another big run here in this game. They have to avoid instances like that.
And this is the most points that they have given up, talking about tong Cebu. The most points that they have given up was 77 points against Muntinlupa, that game in Batangas.
And we still have 7 minutes to go. Rizal probably on pace to score maybe 90 points sa laro na to if the Classic don't buckle down on their defense.
Lawan comes in. The downsize ng Bagya. Itong Cebu, actually they had 2 enormous guys on the floor in Lepalam and Homevis.
Yeah, but that formula hasn't really brought them a lot of fruits.
Kita mo si Coach Mike naghahanap din ng tamang kombinasyon.
Yeah, he has tried different sets of 5s here in the second half. And the question is also para sa kanya, how long will he keep Paulo Hubalde on that bench?
That's a great backdoor cut. The reverse from Diego Mangkale.
This is just a 12-point lead, very much manageable for Cebu. But defense has to be the key for them here. They get a stop. Can they complete the steal?
Hindi nakuha ni Brian Mendoza. Posible. Kick out. Alday. Flip shot. In and out. Rebound controlled by Adlawan. Mendoza gives it back out to Jeco Bangkale. The Hesi slams on the brakes. Looking for someone to pass to. Ball ends up with Brian Mendoza. Shot off the mark. Ball tapped away, but it will stay with Cebu.
Dolan Adlawan has influenced a lot of those loose balls in this game. He has been that one particular player from Cebu who has been on his toes whenever that ball goes up.
Rizal using one of their timeouts with 6 minutes and 28 seconds left. They're up by a dozen, 80-68.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And just want to give a quick shout out to Sir J. De La Cruz. Nabalita ko, lilibre daw tayo, Javi.
Uy, Sir Jay, marami namang salamat dyan. Libre tayo saan?
Hindi ko alam. Siya na bahala. Share your blessings lang.
Interesting yan, ha? Inaabangan ko yan, Sir Jay.
Ayan. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Fadeaway jumper by Lepalam. Good.
Off the timeout, you like that if you're Cebu coming out of that left side, flashing middle. Ito si Ladis Lepalam and knocking down that short jumper which has drastically improved for him this season.
Naibaba ng Cebu sa 10. Ang Kalamangan, they get a stop. Tatakbo sila dito. Manligues. Cross court. Mendoza, no hesitation. Drills in a free.
I love to be proven wrong. I thought Daryl Manligues had an opportunity to go hard on the fast break, but he opted to pull it out. He saw that Brian Mendoza was trailing the play on the right side, gave it up, and gave it up to his shooter who knocked down from the outside. But Rizal, again, with another answer to this run by Cebu.
24 points for Mike Cañete. 82-73. Manligues tries to turn the corner, the reverse. Lead back down to 7.
Speed kills, and that has been something that Daryl Manligues has exemplified throughout his MPBL career. A blow-by on Alvin Alday in the reverse.
Backdoor, Alvin Alday, he scores.
Pero maganda ang naging sagot doon ng Rizal. Alvin Alday may not have the speed advantage against Manligues, but moving without the basketball there and getting a nice pass on the back door galing kay Mike Cañete.
Third 20-point outing for Alvin Alday, has a total of 22 points. Lepalam misses on the jumper. Caballero joined by Mike Cañete, Alvin Alday, Marco Balagtas, and Eric Pili. Kiano floats it up to Cañete. Ball tapped away. Cebu has a chance in transition. Manligues collides with Alvin Alday to draw a foul.
He's just so athletic. Ito si Daryl Manligues.
Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
That pass right on the money para kay Mike Cañete, one of the best passing big men we have dito sa MPBL.
Free throws coming up for Manligues, who's struggling here. Still no Paulo Hubalde on the floor. Baka dito sa Cebu. After that huge third quarter, Manligues gets his own miss. Bola natapik. It ends up with Alwin Alday.
Empty possession, and you see Manligues might be a little fatigued already here.
No sign of another player coming in for Cebu. Alwin Alday. 3-point shot, no. Brian Mendoza. Again, from beyond the arc. No cigar that time. Three minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the fourth. Balagtas swishes in that free.
Cebu has let Marco Balagtas launch those outside shots freely in this game. He has been able to take advantage of those open looks. Ooh, what do we have here?
Si Pingoy at si Hiro. Coco is a bit hot.
Pingoy should know better than that. They're in the lead right now. Here's the steal attempt. And then Hiro hit him with that left arm. Probably inadvertently, or maybe may konting intention, but it wasn't that hard of a hit. Pingoy took offense to it. That might be maybe double technicals for both.
3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Cebu, the closest that they have been in was at 7 points. Napakalaki ng lamang kanina ng Rizal. It was up to 21. But Cebu not giving up just yet. And they're doing this with Rizal.
Foul number 14,
President
Coco
Richard
Pingoy
Tapos.
is second. Technical foul on Rizal, number 14, Coco Pingoy. Technical foul on Cebu Classic, number 15, Jameson Hiro, both for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Yep, that's basically it. So the foul against Rizal. Rizal not yet in penalty, so they will trigger it on the sideline. Double technicals against Jameson Hiro and Coco Pingoy. Wala pa rin sa loob si Paulo Hubalde. Jameson Hiro breaking down the defense of Coco Pingoy. The rebound by Cañete.
That's not the shot you want. You could see Coach Mike Reyes visibly frustrated because they were able to huddle up on that lull on the play. He drew up something which I'm sure wasn't the thing that happened on that last possession for Cebu. Hiro opted to go one-on-one and go his own way, went up for a shot early in the shot clock, which ended up in a miss. Now Pingoy is at the line because of that last foul committed by Cebu.
Second season with Rizal, Coco Pingoy. 2 for 2 at the line. 89-75.
And now this becomes an even harder task for the Classic to get back.
Mendoza. Sa poste, Manligues, natapikan. He will go back to the line after getting fouled.
It's a quick move right there. Gonna get down to Manligues. They set him up on the block on the right side against Alvin Alday. He uses quickness still.
Oh man, Manligues. It's been an adventure for him at the free throw line. Came in shooting 60%. Boss Voltaire Ora.
It's now below 25%. He's 1 out of 5.
Pasok yung pangalawa. Rizal. Up by a baker's dozen. 13 points the lead. 89-76. Balagtas. Pinapantayan ni Adlawan. Binigay kay Alday. Cañete. Back to Alwin against Daryl. Bingoy puts up that shot way off. Ball will go back to Cebu. Magkali comes in. He will replace Daryl Manligues. We have a timeout by the Cebu Classic with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left. They're still trailing here by 13.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Mukhang isang masugid na taga-subaybay ng Cebu Classic. Nag-aapol sila dito, down by 13.
Yeah, they need all the support they can get right now. 2 minutes and 29 remaining. That's not a lot of time for Cebu to try and overcome this 13-point advantage.
Cebu now has Bangkali on the floor with Lepalam, Adlawan, Jameson Hero, and Gran Mendoza. Lepalam. Mendoza tried to cut back door, but that was intercepted. Ball will stay with Cebu with 14 on their shot clock. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig. Free installation for split-type air conditioners.
And this was back in the first half. Robin Naive picking the pocket of the Aquaman, Paolo Hobalde.
Adlawan hits it to Jameson Hero. Hero puts up that shot just inside the arc. Balagtas snares the rebound.
Yeah, those one-on-one tries by Jameson Hero to try and get a shot off Jerry Pingoy have not been successful here in the fourth quarter.
Last 2 minutes of the game. Eric Pili, his first shot from the outside. No. Foul against Balagtas. Both teams in penalty.
A miracle still could happen here for Cebu. Lepalam is at the line for 2 shots. He knocks this down. They're down by 11.
Lepalam. Good on the first. This was the very same building when Rizal blew that lead against Caloocan. And had that last second shot available for Kamson. But Cebu could not hit their free throws.
16 out of 24 in this game. Sorry, 16 out of 25. Same way they struggled from the line against Parañaque, 10 out of 16.
Yep, only 64% ang Cebu. Eric Pili, straight line to the basket.
And that just might do it.
Tough, really tough if you're Cebu. Because they started this season really well. Jameson Hero, basket and one opportunity. But they have fallen off. Able to break down the defense of Eric Pili. Jameson Hero. Second half lang pinasok ni Coach Mike.
That's his first basket tonight.
Having words with Eric Pili.
I don't see the need to, or I can't even believe that he has the audacity to still talk to Eric Pili. They're down by 11 at this point.
They're going at it on that left corner. They're watched intently by referee J. Francisco. Pingoy fakes the handoff. Ball will stay. Yeah, with Rizal.
Now, there's only going to be a second on their shot clock. But because we're under the last 2 minutes, there will be a review.
Cebu, unless they mount a comeback here, they will suffer their third straight loss. That's really important because they came into this game despite their funk they're currently in. They're just one game behind the number 6 team in the Jensen Warriors in the team standings. And also, they're gonna watch that game later on between Imus and Val City. Because Imus, kadikit nila sa standing yan. 4-5 record. It's actually a logjam, yung 6-8, no?
Correct, in the South, yeah. A lot of teams really competing for those spots. Alam naman natin that it's gonna be the top 8 that will go directly into the postseason. But for this year, we have something new. There's gonna be a play-in tournament, so there's gonna be a chance for the 9th and 10th teams in each division to enter the playoffs.
Jameson Hero trying to break down the defense of Coco Pingoy. Pulls up, no good. Yung nasa 6, no? 6 Jensen, 7 Batangas, number 8 ang Imus. Cebu will fall down to 3 and 7. You have Mindoro there at the 9th spot. While for Rizal, this is also an important win for them as Pingoy puts up that shot over Jameson Hero because nanalo nga isang Buanga kahapon kontra Muntinlupa. Muntinlupa with a 6-2 record. So Rizal, with this win here, they will move up to 7 wins and 3 losses. And that's gonna do it for our second game of our Tuesday triple header. Valiant effort for Coach Mike Reyes and the rest of the Cebu Classic. But Rizal posting back-to-back victories with a huge one here over Cebu.
3 guys in double figures and 5 guys with at least 6 points in this game para dito sa Golden Coolers. But we had to give the player of the game honors to Mike Cañete. He set the tone early along with Alwin Alday, finishing with 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and his baskets in the second half, although not a lot compared to the first 2 quarters, were just enough to keep Cebu at bay.
Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And Mike Cañete has hit his stride in the last 3 games. His second start as Rizal prevailing over Cebu 91-80. As Rizal improves to 7-3. While Cebu Classic will drop down to 3 wins and 7 losses. And with that logjam, very important tong panalo ng Rizal. Let's go to Mika.
Maraming salamat. Mike, marami daw na tinutukan si Coach Ralph ng linggong ito. No? Una, yung mga endgame decisions. Pagkatapos, tinutukan din daw niyang kayong mga bigs. Umpisa pa lang sa larong ito, may production ka na mula pa first quarter. Kumusta ka pagkatapos ng larong ito?
Ito okay lang kasi ina-enjoy lang namin yung ano pinapagawa ni Coach Rab, yung mga adjustments sa bigs, yun lang.
Maraming salamat. Napag-usapan mo nga yung bigs. Kamustahin ko naman yung frontline. Ano ba yung mga adjustments na yun? Ano ba yung mga tinatry nyo i-improve? Kayo nila Marco, nila Apa, nila Kamson?
Yung key talaga namin is yung defense talaga namin, yung bigs. Kasi kami, all 4 kami. Tapos, tinatry talaga namin yung defense namin kasi yung offense, makukuha lang naman yun eh.
Importante yan, lalo na after the 3 major losses. Maraming salamat. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan, Mike?
Nagpapasalamat ako kay Boss Andre, yung boss namin sa Rizal, kay Boss, yung pamilya ko sa Davao, yung mama at papa ko, yung wife ko, yung kapatid ko, yung mga relatives ko sa Davao. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Mike Cañete. This player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ken and Abby.
It's the Claw again, delivering for Rizal. And up next, it's the Imus Brotherhood taking on the Val City Magic. Kaya manatiling nakasubaybay dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administrasyon ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi ipagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahihirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabatikos yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap. Yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang darating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked, and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo, isipin natin